Hey everybody, welcome to Carolina Rides. I'm Dan Bickford. It is time for another look at the auto community across the upstate and even beyond. Of course, we have our social media pages out there. Feel free to drop on by and take a look. If you have any ideas for any future shows, you have any questions about any shows you've seen, or anything you want to see, feel free to hit us up. Of course, we are on YouTube at Carolina Rides WSPA. If you are watching us there right now, thanks for joining. Of course, you can watch this on our free streaming app, WSPA Plus, as well, where you can catch this and many other shows by some of your favorite 7 news personalities. You can find us on Facebook at Carolina Rides and on Instagram, Carolina Rides Official WSPA. For our show today, I would like to welcome Brian Peterson and Greg Laughter from the Swofford Career Center and their automotive program. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
We're going to talk about a couple things. One thing will be the program itself and some of the work you guys are doing, but leading up to that, coming up here in March, we have what is probably one of the bigger car shows across the area. Tell us a little bit about it.
Car show was started in like 1994. We've been going, except for the year of COVID, 30 years. Last year we had approximately 300 cars. I've been there since 2012. My first car show was 2013, and we had around 100 cars there. So we have made, don't know why. I do know it's a really good show for a really good cause, but we have seen exponential growth in the last 7-8 years. Ain't no doubt about that.
So really, it's just over the past 7-8 years. At what point did you guys kind of realize that this was one of the bigger car events on the calendar across the area?
It kind of came in. We started doing a lot of social media posts. Social media has really pushed this thing forward. Got into the car community, put out that we're putting a show together for car enthusiasts, for our student enthusiasts. And that's what we want to drive home, that our show is run by our students. Our students actually do a lot of the judging. They do a lot of that. And a lot of the car community have come out to support a really good cause, as they normally do. So,
now, for people who are interested in attending the show, what are some of the specifics and maybe some tips? Because I know that things get filled up pretty quickly.
They really do. Our registration says from 9 to 11. Last year, me and Brian kind of went into a panic about 15 after 10 because we was already at 300 cars and we was out of parking space. So like I say, we normally try to, us and the kids get there really early, and we'll already have 4 or 5 cars in the parking lot or trying to get in. So I ain't gonna say be there really early, but give us about 8 or 8:30 and then start coming in. Because it does fill up in a hurry. It's absolutely amazing, like Mr. Peterson said, how the community has supported us. We've got cars coming from all over the place. So get there. It's only like $25 to register a car, get in the show your car, $3 to walk in. We don't have any parking for spectators inside the fence, but find you a place on the side of the road, walk in, and enjoy a great day with kids and family and everything else.
Yeah, I do want to point out, because having been by there last year, I remember you got to be careful on Highway 11 there, because there are a lot of people parking in a lot of places. And I've seen some people park because they couldn't get into this show. So you saw some nice rides on the outside, kind of parked on the side. And it's like, yeah, better be safe there.
That was last year. And I will say we had to shut it down about 30 minutes early before we were supposed to, and people was in line trying to get in with really nice cars, and they was nothing but gracious. Matter of fact, we had a couple of them left their cars outside and went ahead and donated the $25 entry fee to the show. So people are really good for a general rule. They're really good. They have been very supportive of this thing.
And of course, you also have some food on site too.
yes, we will have Chalk's Barbecue. I think this is about their 4th year as a food vendor. They serve all the barbecues, a lot of different sandwiches and things. And this year we're adding a coffee truck. I know a lot of the cars and coffee events kind of got to be a really big thing. A lot of people like the coffee. So we're adding a coffee truck this year and hope that that goes really well and provides that need for the people that want coffee in the morning.
Now, talk a little bit about where the money goes to when somebody registers, and what is that going to? How does that benefit?
Just about everything that Swofford does, if it don't matter if it's the vending machines, quarter store Miss Curran does, car show, plant sale, everything goes to scholarships at Swofford. Last year was, like I said, was our best year, and we donated right at $10,000 to Swofford scholarships. Out of that, Automotive got $1,000 scholarship for an automotive student. We did $1,000 scholarship for a collision. Our T-shirt sales. Let me figure out how to turn here. That right there. Anyway, we sell T-shirts, and if we sell all of our T-shirts every year, we come up with another $1,000 to donate to a automotive student. So the scholarships that we get, they go only to automotive students. The rest of them, the other ones that we donate to, can be for any program in Swofford, whether it be nursing, culinary, anything. Anybody can get those scholarships that's in Swofford, but we do that for our kids. But like I say, we donate it actually, and until we started getting more involved in this thing, we did not realize how much it actually cost to put this show on. By the time you buy metal, to buy build the class trophies, the vinyl for lettering trophies, the paint for the trophies, the dash plaques, everything that we do, it costs a lot of money to put this show on. And for us to be able to go ahead and donate $10,000 in scholarship money is fantastic.
Yeah, that is great. Now, for those who may not be aware, give me a little bit of a background as to just what the Swofford Career Center is, because some people may not know that that's affiliated with Spartanburg schools and whatnot. So give me a little sketch as to what that's about.
Well, it is a career center that houses a lot of the skilled trades, such as automotive, auto collision, machine tool, carpentry. We have police, firefighting. We have cosmetology, culinary, nursing, of course, and media, graphics. There's a lot of things that go into that. And one of the great things about being in that building is that we have the ability to make our own trophies, like Mr. Laughter was talking about, the trophies and the money going into them. Our welding program cuts and welds trophies. Our collision program paints the trophies. Our graphics and program actually designs the trophies. Our graphics program designed these T-shirts that we're selling for the, say, scholarship donor. So everything that we do is in-house, and it's all with our skilled trades, which is a really big part of, I think, what's coming up as far as employment for these students. It gets them a leg ahead to be a part of that skilled trade.
What has been, to this point, since you guys have done the show and since you guys have been involved in it, some of the more rewarding moments in terms of the students have been helping out, or some of the cars that you've seen? It's just kind of like, hey, this is fun. This is really worthwhile.
Honestly, the best thing is watching a bunch of 10th graders that you've known for 8 weeks. You train them for a week on this car show about how to pirate park and where we got to go, and actually seeing them take the lead. And once we get them started, they go with it. And like I say, they go judge cars. They do all of that, but just a lot of times seeing how you can get a bunch of 16-year-olds to take hold of something and make it go relatively smooth for the most part.
Now, one more time, talk a little bit about where are you located and the hours of the show, start and finish, registration times, and also for the registration. Does that need to be cash? You know, kind of some of the little things that people who want to show up might need to know.
We're located at Swofford Career Center, 5620 Highway 11, Inman, South Carolina. And we have a big, I lost my train of thought there. But we have registrations from 9 to 11. Like I said, get in early, as close to 9 as you can. We filled up about 10:30 last year. 300 cars is about our limit. And we're going to try to get this thing judged. All the students do all the judging. We're going to try to get it judged and get people out of there at 1, 2 o'clock. That is our goal every year. And it is, we hold an award ceremony there about 2 o'clock and get everything finished up and cleaned up and get it
Okay.
over with.
Awesome. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to go into more detail on the automotive program, some of the things that they do, some of the things they teach, and why it is so very important that that program is even with us at all. Stay with Carolina Rides. We will be right back. Welcome back to Carolina Rides. And once again, I want to pop the flyer up here. This is for the March 7th Swofford Career Center car show happening in Inman. I know there were a couple other things you guys wanted to mention about the show real quick.
Main thing, we do have live music also. Vic Velvet, we added him last year, and he donates his time to come do music for Swofford. So we do have live music there. Good, like I said, good family time for people on a Saturday.
Okay, now let's get to the meat of the whole thing. What the program is about, what you guys do, what you guys teach, and just some of the different programs, some of the different learning opportunities that students have.
Right off the bat, we serve 4 high schools. We serve Bowling Springs High, Chesney High, Chapman High, and Landrum High School. So we do District 1 and District 2. We teach the automotive mechanical side of automotive. Before I go any farther, there is a couple of things that we really need to thank. Our advisory committee, there's approximately 14 members on our advisory committee. Some of those members have been on there for 30 years. They are absolutely awesome. They drive the program. We've got former students on it. We've got service managers on it. We've got a lot of people on that advisory committee, and they really do a fantastic job for our program in support of it and helping lead that program. The other one we really need to thank a whole bunch before we get into actually what we do is a lot of the business partners that we have, Spartanburg, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. We have got Stotts Ford, Morgan Corp, SQ Nissan of Greer. These businesses have been very good to Swofford. They have taken numerous kids over the last 7, 8 years. They call us, they trust us, they take when they hire one of them or accept them on co-op, they really take care of our kids, and we cannot be more pleased with what's going on there. And they're not just the only ones. We put kids in a lot of places, and as a general rule, they take care of our kids, but those guys have really stepped up since 2021. Spartanburg Dodge and Morgan Corp have both been Swofford Business Partners of the Year. So they do a lot. Morgan even sponsors our awards night, if I'm not mistaken. So just want to make sure that we get that out there because that are the people that have really supported our program.
Yeah, and obviously, especially with some of those car dealerships and some of these places where kids are getting placed, it is really in their best interest to help because these are their employees of the future and in some cases employees now. And there is a real need for people with that mechanic ability.
Yes, sir. That's talked to Dylan Stott the other day at Stott's Ford, and he said, we're building to the future. We're using your kids, and we're going to build for the future. And Spartanburg Dodge basically the same way. Their people mentor our kids. So when it's time, they step right in, and I think people are starting to figure that out. For a long time, people would call me and say, hey, I need a guy with experience. Well, I got 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. I don't have anybody with experience. So Spartanburg Dodge was the first one that started it. Barrett Haben, me and him talked a good bit. And every kid that they take every year, they put them with a mentor, and that mentor trains them. So they know how things are supposed to be run in their business and how they go. So it has been absolutely fantastic. We're doing good.
What are some of the things in particular that you guys focus on, and kind of how does the program go for somebody who wants to get into the field to where you take them?
So we basically start with a lot of 10th graders. They have a first semester is an intro class to automotive. We do a lot of safety. There are a lot of things that we need to take into accountability to get these kids safety trained, and then we'll talk about learning how to use the equipment, how to use the tools, how to do it safely. We roll in the first semester, kind of rolls into a maintenance program where we do oil changes, tire rotations, all the stuff that goes on in a maintenance bay. It may be a quick lube, filters, fluids, everything that goes on. And we try to finish up that first semester with electrical. Electrical kind of seems to be the basis of everything they're going to learn in the future for automotive, because everything's so much electronically controlled. The second semester, we jumped right in with engine repair. We have about 10 engines that we disassemble. We actually have engines on engine stands that crank, run. They can actually disassemble an engine, put it back together, and run that engine and actually see their progress, how everything worked. And then after that, we kind of jump into brakes. So we disassemble. We have about 13 cars that have been graciously donated to Swofford. We disassemble the brake system on every one of those cars, lay it out on the table. We learn every part, how everything works. We put it back together, put it back on the car, and we actually take them out into the parking lot and test the stopping ability of them. Third semester is kind of our advanced level. Advanced level goes into engine performance, like doing check engine lights, reading data from all the monitors on the vehicle, all the computers, ECMs, BCMs, that sort of thing. Learn all about how fuel injection, everything, all the things work on a car that's electronically controlled by computer. Then we roll into steering and suspension. We have one of the most modern Hunter Hawkeye Elite training. They have been gracious to us as far as equipment. We've got some of the nicest equipment that you will see in a dealership. We do the steering and suspension class, and kind of finish that up with heating and air conditioning. 3 semesters, we take those students and we actually ASE student test them. ASE student testing is one of the things that the state requires. I think they require us to do brakes and MLR, maintenance and light repair, but we test them in all 8 areas. And we have a tremendous amount of students that are able to pass these tests. I can't take all the credit for that. We have really good students and they study hard, and because they want that accreditation on their record. So I would love to be able to sit here and take all the credit for everything that these students are doing, but our students work extremely hard. They're there and they want the certificates, they want the certifications, they want to be known as one of the best auto technicians coming out of a high school.
Now, for a student who might be interested in that as a career, or for parents who want to help their student along, what are some tips that you can give an aspiring auto mechanic as they enter the program? Things that they need to be good at, things, skills that are good, things that maybe they shouldn't do as well.
Math, attention to detail, high expectations.
Short list.
That's basically it right there. Math skills are at a premium. Attention to detail. You got to remember you're working on people's cars that they put their families in, and we don't want to have nothing to happen to anybody. And but attention to detail. I got that.
Now,
go ahead.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people might be kind of stunned to think, how does math fit into auto mechanics? Tell me about that.
Problem solving. That's the analytical side of it, as far as sticking with something, being able to work through problems and get to an end. And that's what we've come up with, that math skills are a great teacher for diagnosis and things like that in automotive.
What do you find, and maybe the answer to this is actually in the order in which you teach everything, but what is probably the most difficult part of the program?
Electrical.
Only because they dread it so much. Electrical is not that terrible. We're not teaching people to split atoms or anything like that, but basic meter usage, understanding what volts, resistance, and current is. And they kind of figure out that, hey, this ain't as bad as I thought it was. I didn't die today at school.
And that is always a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things, as you've gone through the program and the time you guys have been there, some of those, maybe those moments you have where it was a particular student or a particular instance where it's like, wow, this is really what this is all about?
It is you see kids that come in, and they come in first level. Unfortunately, kids don't go out in the garage and the shops with grandfathers or dads anymore. And you get in and they don't know a screwdriver from a wrench. And you basically take them from the level that they don't even know how to hardly put gas in a car. And you take them, and once you see them through 3 semesters, and and they are actually wanted by these dealerships, and they're actually there's a sense of pride and accomplishment once those students see that, because they actually come in and they said, you know, I'm really nervous about this. I've never done anything with a vehicle, and the next thing you know, they're working on those at a dealership for good wages and making a good living and supporting their family.
Greg, you got any moments like that?
Yes. Like I say, we try to stay in touch with a lot of our former students. We got them on the advisory committee. But my first student that called me and said, I'm in six figures, Lauder. That's awesome. And he ain't been out of high school that long either. It's amazing. But we've worked really hard. The program has been absolutely blessed. There's not been a whole lot of things that we wanted to do or try that we've been stopped. For the last 5 or 6 years, we've been trying our best to find a way in level 2 to job shadow every kid we had, because kids can come in and go, hey man, I want to work on cars. And but they don't even know what shop life is about, what it is to work in a shop 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So last year, R&L Solutions, Josh Niles, come to us, and he said, hey, what can I do for the program to help? And starting last semester with our second level kids, he took every kid we had and shadowed them for 3 days. He put them in his shop, working with his techs, seeing what shop life was about. So we've done a lot of stuff. We still got a few things that we want to do, but I told the advisory committee a couple of semesters ago, y'all gonna have to come up with some stuff. I'm running out of ideas here to keep this thing moving forward. But the program has been blessed. We have been blessed more than we deserve, I think, a lot of times. But between the car show, the program, administration, Ms. Kerr and Mr. Lovelace, Dawn, they have been fantastic to us. There's not a lot we get turned down from, and I come up with some really stupid ideas. So they have been very, very good to us. We're very fortunate.
Do you guys ever delve into some of the older technology? I mean, how much do you do with the fuel-injected engines versus maybe something more carbureted in nature?
I'm old. I got no other choice.
So one of the things we have, I'm an old car buff. We both have classic cars in our stables at home, and I keep coming up with these older projects. And actually, we just pulled the engine out of a '66 Rambler wagon today. So I can't say that it's all modern. We go back to the classics, but we try to keep the students on a modern learning, because that's what they're going to see the most of. But they really like to get involved in when they see an antique car, classic car. If they get to work on that, there's a sense of pride of putting this stuff back together that hadn't ran in this car hadn't ran in nearly 30 years. So we're pulling the engine, and we're going to go through it, and hopefully I get it drivable again after a long stay in a basement.
I'm a child of fuel injection. I hate
Yeah. Well, that's one of the key points there is there's a lot of people who know the older tech are falling out of the business, retiring, that sort of thing. And there are a lot of these cars that are still on the road and in great shape, and somebody needs to take care of them in the future. So it's nice to see that you guys are also looking at some of that, because again, that's another thing for them to be interested in. That's another thing that is needed as far as car maintenance goes in the future.
Yep, absolutely. I don't care if kids are into Hondas with rice cannon mufflers on them, or if they into old Fords, old Camaros, Dodge, whatever. Be into something, be passionate about it, and learn about it. That's the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, the Honda 4-stroke, 4-cycle engine and electrical works just like it does on a Mustang.
Now, I'm going to pop up here real quick the Swofford website, because you've got the tab here that's got automotive technology. And somebody who's interested can also go to the website, SwoffordCareerCenter.org, and find out more about the automotive technology and some of the different job opportunities that one can come up. In fact, there's even a list of some of the course descriptions that you guys already talked about. And I'm going to play real quickly this video here that is on here, just to give people a little bit of an idea as to what is out there.
The Automotive Technology Program provides training for entry-level positions in the automotive industry following the ASE standards of professionalism. You will get to work on real vehicles as you learn the fundamentals of automotive maintenance: brakes, steering and suspension, electrical, engine performance and repair, manual and automatic transmissions, and heating and air conditioning. You can be confident knowing you've been trained in an ASE Automotive Service Excellence and NATEV National Automotive Technical Education Foundation Certified Training Center.
Now, I understand you guys have made a couple of upgrades since then.
A lot.
We've made a lot of upgrades. Yeah, that's one of the older videos, but a lot of that stuff still goes on in the shop every day. I seen some engine repair there, some diagnostic stuff. A lot of that stuff goes on every day through the learning of these students. So it doesn't change. The students change, but the equipment gets a little more modern, but the learning stays the same. It's the same 4-cycle engines, the same cars that continue on. Like I said, we have about 13 or 14. All the cars you've seen in that, and I don't know how much you can tell about that shop, but we have a very modern shop. A lot of the shop is a lot nicer than a lot of automotive dealership shops. We have epoxy coated floors. We have really nice equipment, and we have a lot of the same equipment that they use in the dealerships just to prepare these students for dealership life. I want them to be able to see the equipment, know how to use the equipment when they go into the dealership and not be scared of it.
Great work you guys are doing, and we are running out of time here. I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining me here on Carolina Rides, and good luck with the show, and hopefully the rest of the semester and semesters beyond to go great for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing everyone at the show.
And thanks to everybody for watching. Don't forget, this will be on the site on YouTube in perpetuity, and it will be also available for on-demand streaming even after its initial run on WSPA+. Thanks for watching, everybody. Drive safely.